Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another Scream Things, All Things Horror podcast episode. Man, it's been a while since we've done one with multiple people, but this time it's not just going to be one guest, it's going to be two guests. Not just me, there's going to be three of us on here talking about Scream 7. We're going to try to cover everything soundtrack, music, who the killers could possibly be, but we're not going to be talking about any of the recent leaks. And I'm just going to bring on who is coming on with me. Now, just a little thing. Kyle was not able to make it, but it's going to be three of us. And the first up, we have Shay Rant. Welcome on.
What's
This
up?
is
Thanks for
no
having me.
order. Yeah. Thank you for hopping on. And there's no specific order in adding people, but we're going to go by the book. And the final person we have on is Horror. Welcome on. She was just doing a stream about 30 minutes ago.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
deeply
I was in
offended I
there
was
for
put on
20 minutes.
last.
Yeah.
Deeply offended. No, I'm joking. But yeah, no, went for about an hour and a half earlier. Very excited to discuss Scream 7, but I can see that you're Scream 7's secret ghost face, so...
Maybe I am. Who knows? That would be very funny. But, can't lie, though. Now, to start it off, what are your guys' opinions about the film? I think it's going to be really good. I've heard some people trying to boycott the movie, but based off of recent sales, it's not going to get boycotted at all. There's no chance, in my opinion.
I agree with that. I agree. I'm very excited. I'm maybe too optimistic. I don't want to be let down, but I have a feeling it is going to be one of the better sequels that we get.
Yeah, I do think so. After what we've gotten, I think there's a really good chance that this could be the final Scream film as of the last trailer we got. Or maybe it could be a cliffhanger and then Scream 8 is realistically the last one. Maybe they do something like the killer survives this one, similar to how Scream 4 almost had Amber survive. Or no, Jill. But I think there's a chance there could be a cliffhanger. It kind of depends. It depends on how they do it, but regarding some recent interviews, I think Nev said there will be a Scream 8. So we're just going to have to see how Scream 7 ends and see how would they do a Scream 8. I don't know.
I've seen a lot of people thinking it will focus on Gail and one of Gail's nephews or nieces or something.
That would be interesting. Kind of I think after Sam and Tara, they kind of try to focus on the actual legacy characters and focus on their stories after. Because Gail's never been the main character. She's always been a side character throughout the entire series. So I think seeing her become the main character for maybe one film would be kind of cool, even if she's kind of annoying in the past two films.
I wouldn't be mad at it. I do think we need to see Gail's story end in one way or the other.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily saying she needs to pop her clogs in Scream 7 or anything, but I do think one way or the other we need to see that end. So that could be a nice sort of transition into finishing off her story.
Yeah. For me personally, I think in Scream 7 or Scream 8, they need to kill Gale off. Maybe kill Chad and Mindy off. Mindy, I don't think I would mind as much, but Chad, I think he should die after what he's been through. I mean, he was stabbed 10 times in Scream 6, and he comes out perfectly fine. I don't even know how that's possible, man. He's even more inhuman than Roman was.
Yeah, he's got some thick skin. I'll put it that way.
He does. I'm really surprised that he survived the past two films, and now the fact he's going to be in Scream 7 it's kind of off. I do hope, even though this film is going to be centered around Sydney and her family, I hope we get some kind of Where is Sam? Where is Tara? How are they doing? Is Tara still with Chad? Something like that. Kind of like see where they're at. Just like how Sydney was mentioned for like one single sentence in Scream 6. So they should probably try to like bring them back somehow. Like not just like completely abandon the characters, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it really just has to be like a throwaway line at the least. Like, just say, oh yeah, they're hiding out somewhere. They don't want to be involved.
Yeah, something like that. Like similar to Scream 6. Although I feel like with Scream 6, it wasn't strong enough for me. I feel like if they try to mention them, at least have like a better explanation other than just, oh, Sydney, she's okay with Mark and the kids. They're safe. At least like give an update, like an actual update. How are they doing? Because after Scream
Yeah.
6, I really need to know how Sam's doing after Scream 6.
I think we'll get it. I think what it will be is when Chad and Mindy show up with Gail, Sydney might be like,
I
Sam
think
and
so.
Tara, are they all right? And he'll be like, they're safe, they're still in hiding, because that's what I think, that's the only logical way to really write them out of this movie, is that they're being protected and in hiding, so I think that's the line we'll get, is they're fine. I spoke to Tara earlier, she's fine, they're both fine, they're safe kind of thing, and I think it will just be a very quick, and that's enough. Like you said, you just need to know that Sam is okay and Tara is okay. You don't need to go too deep into it. Just a quick explanation, and I think it will be fine.
Yeah, I think that's just kind of like the only problem when it comes to this film. Like personally, I'm okay with Sam not being in the film, and I was okay with Sydney not being in Scream 6, but just an update I think would be good for me to hear from them so we know what's happening with them. And we're going to start reading the chat a bit. Ghost in the Dark Kills. I'm new to the channel. Well, thank you for hopping on here, man. I really appreciate it. You look like Jack Black from the School of Rock, lol. I mean, I do have a guitar with me. I think it's on that side. It's not a red one like in the film, but I do have a guitar. TCCK, welcome on to the chat. Paula, welcome on. Hope you're having a good day. King Matthew is coming on saying, I like how brutal the Ghostface seems to be so far in the trailers. Oh man, I cannot wait for Mark's kill. It honestly, it's so simple, but it looks so good with him throwing the plastic like towel or whatever or like curtain on him and then stabbing him through it, and it's just like red splattering all over it, blood everywhere. It's so simple, but it looks brutal. So I do have to agree with that one. I think this film looks crazy brutal. 2027, early 2027. Huh. I'm surprised they're not going to be like filming it like right after this one, just like they did with Scream 6. I think Gail could be Ghostface because she always shows up every time Ghostface is around. That's one thing I did want to try to cover today, if Gail could be a killer or not. And I mean, this is kind of like similar to the whole original script thing for Scream 7 with Sam supposedly becoming the killer. I think this kind of works the same way with Gail, because not only is Billy Sam's father, and not only does she like carry his absolute psychotity. I mean, look at what she did to Wayne. Look at what she did to Richie. You can't tell me that's not a killer in there, even if she's a good character still. So I think with Gail, they kind of mention it throughout the series. Like in Scream 6, it is heavily mentioned by Ghostface how I think Gail would be a really good killer, especially with Sydney being the entire spotlight. I think Gail would do that just out of fame, because once Ghostface is gone, once there's no more Ghostface, what's going to happen to Gail? I mean, that's kind of why she's popular in the first place. What do you guys think about it?
I think personally, yeah, I wouldn't mind it. I think I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to say, looking at it, I think that there could be a ghost face in every single character, even like as much as I know this would never happen, Sydney, anybody who's been affected by it, I genuinely think that there's a possibility that they could be Ghostface. I think there's a Ghostface in all of us. But with Gail, I wouldn't be mad at it, but I hope not, because I kind of want to see her redemption a bit. But that's just my opinion on her as a character.
Yeah, no, I agree. They really need to give her some character development again after the last two movies completely destroyed her character development.
Exactly. Like, she was in Scream 5 for, like, how many minutes? Like, 3 minutes. Yeah, something like that. And then in Scream 6 again, she's back for, like, 3 minutes, something like that. She's in the scene where she gets punched. The scene where she goes up to Wayne after the apartment scene. And then her penthouse scene. That's literally the only time she's ever in the film. Other than that, she's pretty much just a goner in that entire movie. Although I gotta admit though, that chase scene with her and Ghostface, that was crazy. I still reflect on that one. I loved it. King Matthew was saying, I feel like Gail getting her own movie wouldn't work anymore now that Dewey is dead. I feel if they were just going to focus on Gail for a movie, they should have kept Dewey around.
Mm.
Oh, I see. Like, kind of like, well, what type of, like, Gail movie are you thinking of? Are you talking, like, pre-Scream 5 or, like, Scream 4? Like, something before their divorce or something after divorce? Like, what are you kind of, like, thinking of? I heard that Mickey will be in Scream 7. I don't know about that one. He was shot in the... No, he was, like, shot, like, 5 different times, and you can clearly tell he did not have a bulletproof vest on him. I don't think that would happen. Like, there's certain killers where, yeah, there's 100% a chance they could come back. Like, Stu, for example, there's a good chance he could come back. I mean, they literally reference it in Scream 6 with the Mindy and Kirby talk where they're talking about horror movies and stuff, and then they're like, oh yeah, this is the TV that killed Stu Macher, if you believe he's dead. Stuff like that, I think, kind of like teases it. And the original script as well for Scream 3 kind of teases it. But I feel like they're kind of making it too obvious in Scream 7 that it's Stu Macher. They're making it way too obvious, so it's making me think it's Stu Macher, but at the same time, because of how obvious it is, I don't think it's him.
No,
I'm thinking he can still come back. So this movie would also give like perfect motivation for him to come back, considering how this is probably going to be people using AI to pretend to be him.
Exactly.
Sort of like ruining his own legacy.
Pretty much. I mean,
we all know where I stand on it. I don't think he's alive at all. I think it's physically impossible for him to come back. But
you don't like fun. You don't like fun.
Shut up.
I mean, yeah, there is a possibility, but as you said, you're a very much believer in Stu being dead. I'm definitely a believer, but I'm also like, I do agree with people who think he is dead.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, they're making it way too obvious. I mean, his voice is all over the trailers, the psychiatric hospital, the picture of Sydney, Billy, Stu, and Tatum on the fountain with Randy. Come on.
He also shows up in one of the teasers. Like,
exactly.
On screen.
Wait. Yeah, I think so.
I
mean,
it was before Wuthering Heights, sadly, so I did not see it in theaters. But you know.
Oh. And his voice is literally in Scream 5. Come on. You can't really tell me he isn't dead, but you can also tell me he is dead if you say, like, oh yeah, he was electrocuted. There's no way if you have a TV from the 90s smashed on your head. Comparing that to a TV now, that thing does crazy damage to you. The TVs we have now would like barely give you a scratch compared to the 90s. So I think there is and just so you guys know, if my mic cuts out, my like cable is kind of weak with my mic. It's more because of my actual plugin in my phone, so if that happens, it happens. I'm actually thinking Sam will be the one who's in the mental hospital shown in the trailer for 7, since Sam was dealing with mental issues in 5 and 6. That would be crazy. I mean, after the ending for Scream 6, I don't really know, because I feel like the way they ended it, they made her seem fulfilled. Like, they made her seem like she's perfectly fine. Like, Sam's perfectly fine. Sam let go of Tara. Keep in mind, the reason she went to therapy was because Tara wasn't actually dealing with anything that was happening. So she was kind of like talking about her sister for the entire time, until she eventually told her therapist, yeah, my father is a serial killer. That took her 6 months. So it's possible, but I don't think she would be in a mental hospital. Emo Boy could like the song called Scars and became Ghostface.
I'm so confused what that's a reference to.
Yeah, same. My one problem with Gale being a killer now is that would be way too similar to I Know What You Did Last. Yeah. I mean,
That didn't do
like,
that great with that reveal. That was
No, that kind of sucked.
I mean, I thought it was cool, but the reveal I didn't like that much. But I think the concept of it was really good. Although I feel like because of Freddie Prinze Jr., he doesn't really have character development throughout any of the films. Keep in mind, there's only 4 I Know What You Did Last Summer films, and Freddie Prinze Jr. is in like 3 of them. So there's not really a lot of character development there. But comparing it to Gale Weathers, there you could definitely make her a killer, since she's been in 6 of these movies by now 7. She's been in every single one of these movies. So there's a really good chance, because we know Gale. Unlike Freddie Prinze Jr., we know him, but like we don't know him. With Gale, we know Gale. Like, that's the thing. We've known her for 30 years by now. We know her character. We know everything about her. We know what her motive could possibly be. So all of that kind of stuff kind of like makes it so, yeah, she could be a killer. Shell, hello. Welcome to the chat.
We love Shell. Shell came up with a very good theory in my live about who could be in the psychiatric hospital, and I quite like what she said. So yeah.
Oh, what's the theory? I'd actually like to hear it.
She theorized that it could actually be Randy who is in the psychiatric hospital, and that the reason that the photograph is there of the 5 of them links to him, because it's not going to be Tatum. People are theorizing that it's Stu, but there's this whole debate on if Stu is alive. Obviously, it's not going to be Billy, not going to be Sydney. So who else could it possibly be? Randy. And to be fair, he did have one of the less brutal deaths in the franchise.
Yeah, he was just stabbed.
And Jamie Kennedy would come back to the franchise in a heartbeat. So I
He
quite
needs
like
some
that
work,
theory.
to be fair.
Huh?
Yeah.
He desperately needs work, like acting wise.
Yeah, he does.
Exactly. Like, yeah, he's been in the Tremors films and stuff, but other than that, I think he's really only known for Tremors and Scream.
And The Mask too. Never forget that.
Oh yeah,
We'll
yeah,
never
that
forget
one too.
Disaster of a movie.
Yeah. I actually kind of like that theory, because keep in mind, throughout both of the Scream films, he has a crush on Sydney. And I mean, go back to Wes and Mindy Meeks in Scream 5. If I can't have her, no one can. That's a motive. I mean, look at Halloween Ends. That happened with Corey. He started killing people because if no one can have Allison, then no one can. He wants to have Allison. That's like the whole reason why he started going all crazy on Halloween night in the first place, because he loves Allison and he wants to escape with her. So I feel like Randy that could work, because I mean, Sydney has a new love interest. She has a daughter. So maybe Randy could be like jealous of all of that. And maybe
or he could come
like,
back just friendly and just completely
maybe
messed up to the point that he's just starting to lose any kind of sense of reality. Maybe.
Exactly. And I mean, look at it this way. In Scream 7, they're not targeting Sydney. They're targeting her family specifically. So I think there could be a good chance of that. Ghost in the Dark Kills is saying, I'm going to opening night. I can't wait for it. It's a Scream, baby. Yeah, that was same with me. I already had money saved, so the day the tickets went on sale, I was like, oh, come on, give them to me. So yeah, I do already have my tickets for the opening night fan event, which
Nice.
I don't know if it's in the UK or not for you guys.
It's not.
No,
They do nothing nice over here. It sucks.
it does.
I
suck.
mean, at least you have For the Love of Horror. That convention is really good. I
Yeah.
do know that one because of a good friend of mine. So
yeah,
I
it's
think
great.
But yeah, they should really do something over there instead of like doing it in the US and stuff and Canada. Even though I think
You're telling
US
me.
gets everything. Like, yeah, I live in Canada, but the US is getting everything, man. I don't have Cinemark, I don't have AMC. I got Cineplex though. Cineplex is awesome. I think Stu is dead. Not only did he get smashed with the TV, he was also very badly stabbed. And it was a while before medics got there, so he had to have bled out. Yeah, I think that could have happened. With, like, comparing it to Billy, that's like, he's dead. He was shot in the head. He's, like, 100% dead there. There's nothing you can do. Tara handled everything happened better than Sam. Exactly. Yeah, we're going back to that conversation. She 100% handled it. Don't mind. I actually do agree with that. Oh, we have the man in here, Eli Cortez. What is up, man? Hope you're having a fantastic day, and welcome to the chat. Don't forget to slash that like button and sub to all 3 of these awesome channels. Thank you. But I keep saying it. You guys got to start to eat. You guys got to start subbing to Eli. I mean,
Yes.
I believe in that channel idea you're coming up with for just movies and stuff. I think that would work really well. Thank you for the link there, Eli. Thank you so much for that. Do you think Sam could be Ghostface because she picked up the mask? Wait, what? Could you rephrase that, please? But I don't think she would become a killer. And I think after everything, no, I wouldn't want that. After what they did for the original script, no, I'm out. And we have M's channel's link on there, so you guys can sub to that. Do you think Sam could be Ghostface because she picked up the mask? No, she actually dropped the mask at the end of the film, which also brings me to a different type of theory that could have led to Sam being the killer, and this is kind of going with the original script. If you look back through every single scene in Scream 6, they dropped a mask at every single crime scene. And at the final one, they drop Billy's mask, which was dropped off by Sam. And every single other mask was dropped off by one of the killers. So, what my theory could have been is that she would have eventually became the killer in Scream 7. And when she dropped the mask in Scream 6, that was kind of like the little teaser that, yeah, she will become the next killer. So that's just kind of like bringing everything together. It's kind of crazy, but it works. Shay's channel has a link as well. Thank you so much for that one, Eli. I'm sharing my goods. I came up with Randy on Fly. I would so love to see him again. Shay, he needs work. Yeah, Randy would be cool to see. I mean, he was my favorite character, but then he died, and I was like, okay, Dewey, you're my favorite now.
Worst kill as well.
Yeah, Gail's okay. Sydney's one of my favorites, but I think Dewey's always been my favorite. He's awesome, man. I love him. And yeah, I actually do think that was an amazing idea. If that actually happened, that would have worked. The fan event is for the 30th anniversary of the original film. Yeah, for me, they're doing like this opening night fan event thing where I don't know if you guys have seen the poster yet, but they are releasing a collector's edition print in theaters for ticket holders. And it's the Scream 1 styled poster, but it's like Scream 7 and stuff. It's the poster with Sydney holding the knife, and the whole background and stuff is styled just like the original poster.
It's my
I
favorite
think it's
poster
really
for
cool.
Scream 7.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I think it's awesome. My personal favorite is actually the teaser poster we got with the reflection of the Mocker house burning, or
Oh,
the one
nice.
that McKenna Grace recently posted on her Instagram with it's all like blue and stuff, and it has the number 7 on it, Ghostface
Yes.
on the outside. That one was one of my favorites. The one I
I agree.
have behind me over here or on this side, it's cool, I guess. It's pretty much just Scream 6 and 5 all over again. So I don't really care about it that much. It's also for Scream 7 in certain countries. Yeah. It's in Canada and US, and I think that's it. I'm not actually sure.
Most probably.
Yeah. Do you guys think Scream 7 is where Gail finally writes her book about? She did promise that. I did rewatch Scream 5, 6, and 3 last night, and I did notice that. I was like, oh yeah, she forgot to write the book. She literally promised that at the ending of Scream 5, and she just never wrote about it. So I feel like Scream 7, it could open with like kind of like obviously the opening sequence, and then after the title card, it kind of gives you an update on everybody, including Gail. Maybe she did actually write the book about what happened, and like an actual book on Dewey, not like the events of Scream 6. But let's be honest, she did write a book about Scream 6. I think that's just kind of like confirmed by now. She writes a book about everything.
I'd love to
But,
see that Dewey book, though. I think that would redeem her in some sort of way.
It
I'd
would
buy a
redeem
Dewey
her.
book. But
A Dewey
I
book
need a
would be
book on that
so.
map.
It would be so like it would be like a memorial for the Scream fans. Like I feel like what they should actually do is like actually write a book for Dewey and then like sell it online, so then you can buy it, and then when it comes in you actually read the book, and it's just this whole sad monologue for Dewey about Gail and Dewey's relationship throughout the entire series. I think that would be really cool. Randy would technically be easier to bring back. We never actually see how bad he was stabbed. All we see is him be slammed against the window. Plus, we never see. Yep, that's exactly what I was just going to say after that. I think it's like for specific characters, we never see a body bag at all.
No.
Dewey, we do see a body bag. But who knows if that was him? It could have been the cop. There's multiple people that died in there, so it could have been the cop. It could have been something. I don't make content yet. There's the teaser we've all been waiting for.
Yes.
Yeah. Gotten to go take care. Psychos have a killing day. Can't wait for Stream 7. You too, and thank you so much for hopping on. Hope you have a fantastic day. Keep me posted. I will definitely support you. I'm subscribed, so I'll definitely be checking it out if I do see something. Davey, welcome on. Hope you're having a fantastic day on here. Yeah. So far we've been talking about killers, who it could possibly be, but what are topics that you guys are planning on covering or something you want to talk about regarding the film? Any of you, like it could be like if it's like regarding the soundtrack, it could be the mask itself. Hey, it could even be about the recent spoilers, as long as we don't actually talk about what the spoilers are. Do you guys think they're true at all?
I do. I 100%. So one of the things that I'm actually going to be doing is my entire predictions for Scream 7 and what I think is going to happen, certain storylines I think we're going to see, who the killers are going to be, who survives, etc. I do think that those leaks are real. One of the people that I actually am mentioning in this specific video that I'm going to be doing, I have seen a leak about them actually being Ghostface. So that's why I think the marketing has shown so much, and I do actually think that it's shown us who the killers are going to be very obviously. And if you actually look into it properly, you can see that. I don't see. We had the same thing with Scream 6 when that came out. We had the killers reveal leaked online. Same sort of thing that has happened with this specific killer for Scream 7. And that's why I'm so adamant that it is going to be real, because that came true with Scream 6. I think people are just wanting to ruin it for people now, if I'm perfectly honest with you.
Yeah. Is the leak you saw, I'm not gonna say who it was, but was it the mask off and they were holding a knife and they were kind of like staring this way?
So the leak that I saw was unfortunately on TikTok. I was scrolling through.
I
Sydney goes into
yeah.
her house, and then you see that in the trailer she has this shocked look on her face when she looks at something. All of a sudden, it pans to an unmasked person as Ghostface.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
and that it just sucks that people are trying to do that, and I don't like people spoiling things for people like that. So, but yeah, that's what I personally saw.
Yeah, that happened with me last or like 3 years ago by now. I remember I already had tickets for Scream 6. It was like the Sunday after the movie came out, and I was randomly scrolling on TikTok, and goddamn, there it was. Quinn, Wayne, and Ethan. And I'm like, why did this have to happen to me? But I was like, hey, at least I got two of them right. Quinn, I could have never guessed, because they kind of made it look like she was gonna die. I mean, the S word roommate, come on. Obviously, we don't really want to swear. At least I don't really want to swear on here, because kind of like make it for like still audiences of like people near 13 or whatever, but they still like horror movies and stuff. So stuff like that, if you know what I mean.
I'll try not to swear. I do swear on mine, but I'll try not to swear on
It's
yours.
completely fine if you do. It can even be like small or something. It doesn't really matter, because I think for podcast episodes, it's more like the actual community coming together, not just like actual 13-year-olds and stuff. But yeah, Davies channel, thank you for the link there. Seems like we are getting Gail again with from the interview. Yeah, I was really mad at that, honestly. I was actually pretty mad at that, with Gail becoming quite a jerk in that scene. I mean,
I think it's a fake out. I think that's her and Sydney have set that up. I genuinely don't think she would do that to Sydney, but
I
I
don't
could
think so,
definitely be
but
wrong.
if that actually does happen, I would be kind of like, wow, yeah, you're still a jerk even after all these years. We need better intense chase scenes in Scream 7. We haven't actually had a good chase scene since like Scream 2 for both Sydney and
Agreed.
Gale.
I agree.
For Sydney, 100%. For Gale, I don't, kind of. I think Scream 6, we actually have like the best chase scene for Gale yet. That I thought that was phenomenal.
That's my least favorite chase scene in the entire
Really?
franchise. Yeah, I don't like
The
it.
one with Gale? Wow.
Uh-huh.
I loved it, how he throws whatever his name was through the like the shelf, and then that knife swipe, the music. Don't even get me started on that. That knife swipe was like one of my favorites of the franchise, mainly because of just how it looks. I mean, Ghostface throws him through the shelf, goes down, and then he appears, swipes the knife, and
You love it.
yeah, I thought it was excellent. Hey Dominic, what is up? Hope you're having a fantastic day. Yeah, that interview scene from the recent trailer makes it seem like Gail wants to get hit again. Lol. She never learns to stop testing Sydney. No, she's learned how to dodge her punches, but I think Tatum would actually throw the punch that I would love to see that happen, actually, similar to Scream 6 where Tara actually throws the punch. Imagine if Sydney tries throwing the punch, misses, and then Tatum goes in and punches Gale, kind of like a throwback to Scream 1. That
I want to
would
see
love
Gale
to see
hit
that.
someone. I think Gale should
I
be
think
the
that
one
would
to
be
throw the
fun.
punch this time.
Yeah, I think that would be fun. Scream 3 had some good chase scenes as well, in my opinion. Man, I just watched it yesterday. What were the chase scenes?
The one with Sydney in the set on set.
That was good. Yeah, that was good.
And then the one where she's at the mansion at the end and she finds the hidden room. Jennifer
that one
Jolie
was
had a good
okay.
chase scene as well, I guess.
She did.
So yeah, Scream
Yeah.
3 did have a couple of good ones, to be fair.
Yeah, I think Scream 3 had a good bunch of chase scenes in there. I think my favorite chase scene was probably when Sydney gets attacked. That one's just a classic. I feel like that just kind of like set the tone for what's about to happen. So that would be good. Technically Gail already did hit someone. She hit Jennifer in 3. Lol, my lawyer liked that. Well, my lawyer did not like that, but don't mind that. Her lawyer definitely liked that one. To be fair, Gail is being a bit of a jerk because she has been wanting the interview with Sydney for a long time. 30 years. 30 years, and now she's getting told off by Sydney.
This is why I think it's a setup. I think they're setting it up for Ghostface, and I think the reason that Sydney's agreed to go on and do an interview with her is just to get that attraction. And I do think that they set up that they've got this sort of more rocky relationship, because if you look at the rest of the trailer and the little bits that we've had, Sydney and Gail seem quite strong. So I really do think that is just a moment to throw people off and to try and get Ghostface to maybe even call into the show or attack where it's sort of unexpected.
Yeah.
It would be so sick if they just have a Ghostface attack on live TV.
That would be awesome. I mean, after Scream 6, they're not afraid to do anything.
Yeah,
it's true.
I mean, first of all, Mindy getting stabbed on public transportation,
and no one noticed.
Exactly.
No one
Scream, man, it happened in Scream 5 with Judy. She literally got stabbed in broad daylight, and absolutely no one gave a crap about it. No one noticed.
That happens though in real. I got attacked when I was about 17 by a group of guys because they wanted my phone, and I wasn't giving up. And it broad daylight, probably about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Nobody did anything. They just stopped and looked. Yeah, it's terrible.
You get that in the UK, like with teenagers.
That sucks. Although I think
it's true.
I think that's just our world, honestly. I think that's just kind of like how people are. Like, they don't want to get involved in anything bad. I think during that interview scene is when Sydney gets the Ghostface phone call where Ghostface uses Dewey's voice to taunt Sydney and Gail. That would hurt them both, especially Gail. I mean, after being carved up by a Christmas goose, I would not be surprised. That would be cool. I want to see Gail get punched out again. It's always funny, lol. I mean, she's been punched in pretty much every single Scream movie, so they got it. They got to keep the trend going here. I think they should keep the trend going. Although I don't think she was punched at all in Scream 3. Like, actually punched, not by like Ghostface or anything.
No, and I don't think she was in Scream 4 or 5.
Yeah,
Scream 5.
In Scream 5,
I don't think she was in 5. She wasn't in it long enough to get punched.
No, it was only in Scream 1, 2, and 6, I think.
Yeah,
I think so.
Speaking of 4, did you guys see that like Paramount doesn't own like the rights to 4? So
Yeah,
people are saying
I
that they're
heard
trying to
about
like
that.
erase the events of 4.
They did that a lot. Like with Paramount Plus, for some reason they like started like taking off all of the Scream movies off of there. Like a few months after Scream 6 went on to Blu-ray, they just started randomly taking all of them off with no notice. So I was like, yeah, I think they probably lost the license or something, even though they own
Yeah.
it. So that was like really weird. But they're all back on it now, so that's fine.
Yeah, the whole Paramount not having the license to Scream 4 has been since the very start. So that's why we don't have a Scream 4 steelbook,
Yeah.
which is sucks because I want one so bad.
Although
Yeah.
they are working for just coming out with a 4K for it. They are working on that, but Steelbook is yet to be announced, unfortunately. No, it was mainly Dewey that got punched in 3 during the final act lull. He got punched by Ghostface twice.
Interesting.
I think Dewey's the one that gets punched as well. But
Mm-hmm.
no, he
Everyone's
was also
bullying him.
punched he was punched by Jennifer as well.
Mhm.
After the explosion in the house.
That's why Gail punches her.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think they'll erase what happened in Scream 4 personally because they then they'd have to erase what happened in Scream 5 because Judy Hicks.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't make sense for them to do that. But
And
we
then
need something good.
And then I think because of that, if that didn't happen, then there wouldn't be like the whole big party for Wes or anything. I mean, why
Exactly.
would you
Yeah.
even hold a party and stuff? Hopefully, after they finish up the Scream franchise, we can get a complete. I'd
Be
buy
so
that
good.
in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. That would be a
Spot
lot
on.
of money, but
It
I'd
would
buy
be
that
money
in a
well
heartbeat.
spent. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
I mean, oh, imagine that. They come out with the Steelbook set, brand new Steelbooks, and it's like all 7 or 8 Scream movies. And you buy that for like $150. I mean, since it's a Steelbook, it kind of has to be like $150.
Yeah.
Maybe even more since they're
Probably more,
Steelbooks.
yeah. Probably like
Because
300.
Steelbooks are crazy expensive. I mean, my Halloween Scream Factory Blu-ray I have, that's not even a steelbook, and that costs like $40.
It's mad,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Although that was because it was like a year after it released, and it's still pretty rare to this day, I think. From what I know, it is like I believe like the holy grail or something of like Blu-rays or something for the Halloween franchise, like ones you actually want. I don't know. I think that's what I heard. I'd probably have to recheck that though. But Scream Factory, if you want stuff like that, go to Scream Factory. They have good releases as well. Yeah, that's kind of like it for Scream. I feel like with this upcoming film, they should really end it with like multiple ghost faces coming back or something, or like a cliffhanger. I think I watched a little bit of your video on that, if I'm correct, but what I would like to see for a cliffhanger is possibly like the ghost face escaping or something like that. Like kind of like redo Scream 4's ending, but like actually make it past the 3rd act. Like make it past the 4th act, who knows?
Yeah, do
Something
what
like
they
that.
intended to do that, but just make it even more exciting and to the point that even the audience doesn't know who Ghostface is at the end of it, and it could take a couple more movies to find out who actually is behind that
That would be
that
crazy.
Ghostface. Yeah.
So
it's-
maybe the one leak we've gotten is only one reveal of one killer. And honestly, that reveal, it kind of sucks. I'm not going to lie. I really hope we get an actual good reveal that isn't what we got from the leak. And I hope there actually is a really good killer. Because from what the leak showed, I'm kind of like, please, there has to be an actual good reveal. Because
So-
that reveal is weak.
Yeah, I'm with. I mean, I didn't get to see it all because I literally, as soon as I realized what it was, I just swiped
Same.
past.
I saw
But
it and I swiped, but I was like, oh, please
yeah, but
no.
you definitely got to see a part of it. But we do know that there is more than one Ghostface killer. So maybe, and the reason we know that is because of that clip that they revealed of Tatum looking down on one ghost face and then another ghost face creeping up behind
Yep.
her. So although that might not be the best reveal, we may get other reveals throughout the movie. I have a feeling these ghost faces won't be working together. I do have a feeling that we'll have at least three. I mean, I've been saying more ghost faces than we've ever seen, but the rumors are there's going to be three killers. So I think there'll be a very early on reveal, and I think that these ghost faces are not working together.
Maybe that would be interesting. I mean, although I don't think you guys are actually like Ice Nine Kill fans, but in their recent music video for the new song Twisting the Knife, amazing song by the way. I've listened to it on repeat for like 40 times already. It's awesome. I
It
can't with
is.
that song. But in their music video, in the second part of it, Ghostface specifically says one of the rules is in every single Scream film except for Scream 3, there's always more than
Hmm.
one Ghostface. And then another Ghostface pops up, kills the director or whatever it is, not David Arquette, but the other guy. And
Hmm.
then it reveals to be
This weird flipping.
the Ice Nine Kills mascot dude. I
Yeah,
actually have no idea what he's called,
Yeah.
but it's
It-
just so it fits with their storyline,
I
which I still think is cool.
I think it's cool. I really like that song. I actually like quite a bit of their music. Like Shay, I don't think all of it's amazing, but I quite like quite a bit of their music. But I really like that they've done that with the music video. I think the marketing on this one has been it's been all over the place, but not necessarily in a really bad way, but in ways that they have joined up with other franchises. In the UK, we have a game show called The Traitors, and this year they had a secret traitor, and Ghostface has caught on
Oh,
to that.
I
So
heard about that one.
yeah, so he caught onto that and really liked the idea of the ceremonial dagger that we had in the series, and the fact that there was a secret traitor. So basically, could be hinting that there is a traitor in the mists. Yeah.
Yeah, I did hear a lot about that. I still personally think the marketing for Scream 6 was my favorite. But I do think Scream 7's marketing is actually really good so far. I just think comparing it to Scream 6, I think they did it a little bit too late, but they are going like all out for the marketing. Like even if
yeah.
Scream 6 started earlier and it's had less marketing than Scream 7 it started late, but it's been so consistent. Every
Mm.
single day we're getting something new marketing wise. Every single like few hours we're getting something new. Like that's how good the marketing has been for this film. But I still think that Scream 6's marketing was my favorite. Uh did you guys see that Sydney's two younger daughters were casted in Scream 7 played by Maggie and Annabeth Toomey?
I did.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I did. I'm not quite sure, but I'm gonna be hyped to see that. Just kind of see like how they're gonna be put into the movie, especially if it's specifically targeted around Tatum. And speaking of Tatum, I'm so happy she's wearing Sydney's jacket from Scream 2. That
Mm.
that's so cool. Just the name, everything about Tatum in this film is like really good. I think she's going to be the standout character of this entire film.
Yeah.
What I find interesting about that whole coat thing, I mean, obviously we see that Sydney is not the happiest about it. Sydney killed people wearing that jacket. She witnessed her
Exactly.
friend being killed wearing her jacket. So that jacket could definitely have some relevance into how Tatum is as a character as well.
Maybe just because she's wearing that jacket, everything that Sydney went through is gonna happen to her, and maybe she's gonna have to kill people just like how Sydney had to kill people. So who knows? Shell is saying, I'm so pissed about the leak. I hope so much that it's fake. That's exactly what I'm saying, but I have really bad energy coming towards it, thinking that it is real, but I do agree. I really hope it's fake. So then I totally didn't just get spoiled 4 days before I see the film. So that's gonna be really sad. Is that really Sydney's jacket from Scream 2 that Tatum is wearing in 7? It looks so different than it did in Scream 2. Granted, that jacket is 27 years old now.
It is
Wait.
Scream 2. Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. It's got the exact same markings. Obviously, it's not going to be the exact same Scream News jacket because that's probably been thrown away. But yeah, it is that jacket, and Sydney is not impressed that she's wearing it.
And I mean, even throughout the trailers, Tatum specifically asks Sydney, she wants to know more about her past, know more about what happened to Sydney, know more about what happened to her mom, kind of like get an understanding of why that jacket is making her so pissed off.
I wonder if we'll see the letters that Derek gave to the necklace. I would like to see that again. Maybe even Sydney pass that down to Tatum for her protection. That would be quite a nice little touch.
I mean, she did wear it in Scream 3, and that's the last time we ever saw it, so who knows? Maybe she did keep it, and I also really want to see something related to Mark, like Patrick Dempsey's Mark. Because as much as I think Joel McHale is doing a good job as Mark, I want to hear something from Patrick Dempsey's Mark. Mark Kincaid was a great character, and he had so much potential, actually. And then he's just kind of like in there, and now he's out of there. So that was kind of sad, but who knows what can happen to him?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan of him and Sydney being a thing. I never quite got it, but I really like Patrick Dempsey, and I think he's an awesome character. So I would like to see something mentioned. Maybe they're still friends and in touch. I don't know, but kind of want to see what happens to some of the previous characters who survived.
Yeah. One of my theories actually was that maybe Patrick Dempsey actually becomes the killer in this film, which kind of sounds crazy, but at the same time, I don't think it's that crazy because of Thanksgiving. I think there could actually be a good chance that he becomes the killer. I don't have any type of motive for him or anything, but I think because his character in both Thanksgiving and Scream 3 are both very similar, how one's a detective, pretty much a cop. I think there could be a chance that he'd be a killer, but I don't think that would happen. I bet most of the leaks are a decoy script. Kevin has had this happen a lot with the Scream movies he's involved with, so
I'd agree
yeah.
if it wasn't for the footage that we've seen or that has been
the
released.
footage. I mean, it could even be easily AI, but they like really worked on it to make sure it looks 100% real, because AI is getting out of hand nowadays.
It is.
I mean, with Scream 7, as much as I hate AI and as much as I hate the voice changer in Scream 3, I think it's kind of cool to see it implemented into this film because it's going to have to be used eventually in the franchise. So there's nothing really you can do to stop it there. I always thought Kincaid was in on the plan with Roman in Scream 3. Really? Yeah, you're gonna have to tell us more about that. I'm interested to hear about that.
He gave off creepy vibes, like he did.
Yeah, like when he comes in with the gun and then he's like pointing it at Sydney, throws his hands up, and he's like, Sydney, put down the gun. And it's like, okay, you're kind of being a little bit weird. But then after he like gets into the fight with Roman and whatever, that kind of like fix what was suspicious about him. And I don't know why he always seemed really like flirty with Sydney
Yeah.
in the station scenes. I was like, why are you being so flirty with her? Like, I don't know why. I always found that to be so weird. Like, when Sydney asks Kincaid, what's your favorite scary movie? You don't have to get that close to her. I always found that scene to be a really weird, like, not uncomfortable type of weird, but just kind of like, you don't have to be so close, man. That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when it comes to the soundtrack though, besides the theme song, what do you think about the rest of them?
So far I haven't listened to any of them besides Twisting the Knife and Rearranging Scars, since both of those are metal songs.
Mm.
Twisting the Knife you could argue to be more on the rock side of
I-
Ice Nine Kills, but I think the soundtrack is great so far.
Yeah.
I think Swaco, or however you say it, is doing a great job with Rearranging Scars. I watched the music video for that one. It's a metal music video, so there's nothing really behind it or anything. But I think this actually is one of the stronger soundtracks we've gotten. Scream 5 soundtrack was kind of lacklustering. It was like maybe one good song. The rest were just kind of like eh. Scream 6 had a good soundtrack. I liked that one. Still Alive is still one of my favorites. In my head, great opening song. Scream 2 had a good one. Scream 4, I don't really remember that soundtrack that much, except for the opening song, which I really liked. Scream 3 is my favorite, though.
Did have a good soundtrack. I really like Scream 2's. I'm a sucker for Scream 1's soundtrack as well.
Yeah.
I love all the
first
90s
three are
music.
good.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, with Scream 3, that one I loved so much because not only do you have like Creed in there, which is a reference to Scream 1, but then you also have Slipknot in there, and then you have some I actually don't really remember. I'm gonna go grab my CD actually.
Love the top that you're wearing. You did not hear that, but hey ho. But yeah, I absolutely love the soundtracks of the original 3. I think are the best ones.
The original one's so good. I wish that Bird Brain band actually made more music because their first album is so damn good.
I don't know what happened there. I don't know why they didn't, because
But
the
they
song.
broke up. I don't know why, but it's
Yeah,
so
it's sad because they were great. One of the best songs in the franchise.
Which band?
Bird Brain.
Oh yeah, they were pretty good. Yeah, Scream 3 had Creed, Slipknot, Finger 11, System of a Down, American Pearl, Seven Dust, Godsmack. That's good. Cold Chamber, Static X. Yeah, that's a great soundtrack actually. That's probably one of my favorites. I mean, just because of Slipknot alone.
Yeah,
man.
Slipknot are great. I'm sorry, anybody who doesn't like Slipknot, I'm a bit wary of.
Yeah, Slipknot is such a good band. Yeah, they did really good adding Wait and Bleed onto that soundtrack. Same with Ice Nine Kills. I mean, a lot of people I've been hearing about are like, "Hey, this is so good! Finally, we have Ice Nine Kills in the franchise." But it's not their first appearance.
They were in 6. Like those posters.
Yeah, they were. Even if they weren't there in Scream 6, they were technically there. 2 times actually. Jason's apartment, there's a Ice Nine Kills poster, and then in Demi Lovato's music video for Still Alive, Spencer Charnas plays a cameo as a receptionist. So that was pretty cool actually. I did really like that. I think that that music video alone was actually pretty cool. It has some story compared to Swaco's, so yeah. Um, Another hint that Kincaid was on the plan or with Roman is that he knew where Sydney went during the final act. If Sydney couldn't tell him, yet he shows up at Roman's house anyway. Yeah, that's actually pretty weird. I swear, King Matthew always comes up with like the craziest things ever that I completely
Yeah.
forget about. So yeah, thank you for reminding me of that. Scream 3 also had the voice actor that plays Joe from Family Guy. He calls Dewey. Oh,
Dewdrop is my
yeah,
cat.
Stone. Yeah, that guy. I thought he was a cool character, but then saying that about Tatum, god
I
damn, bro.
know. That was just
I was like, wow, okay.
brutal.
I thought you were chill like that, man. You didn't have to do that, if I'm being completely honest here. That I thought that was completely rough. But yeah. I still think Scream 3 soundtrack was pretty good. Scream 3, I think, is a lot more of a better film than it once was, in my opinion. I'm actually considering it moving it up on my list. I actually really liked Scream 3 after I rewatched it.
It's aged better than what it originally people's original impressions of it. It's definitely aged better because times have sort of changed, so that AI aspect is now not too unrealistic.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it's aged so well and why people are now considering it a better movie. Also because 5 and 6 aren't the best received movies to a lot of the fan base. 3 sort of looks maybe a bit better to some people than what it used to
5,
because of that.
yeah. For me, I did rewatch 5 and 6, and 5 I actually do really like. I don't know. I think just because of how it's so simple. I think that's just kind of why I liked it. Scream 6 though, I think that's the reason why it's my favorite is because it goes above and beyond and it takes the risk. It takes the risk of becoming the worst movie in the franchise. So as I know, you don't like Scream 6, but I like it because like it takes all of these risks. The new mask looks really good. The bodega scene, wow, that's astonishing. Subway, I love that. Chase scene with Gail, I like that. Apartment scene, I also really liked that. Opening sequence is not aging as good as I remembered it because in theaters I was like, wow, that was awesome. But now it's just kind of like, because it doesn't really make that big of an impact on the film compared to like comparing it to although Scream 4 did not have an impact at all.
Oh, terrible opening.
Scream 3 was probably my least favorite by far. Because there's nothing in it, man. I mean, why would you kill Cotton in like the worst way possible? I was actually starting to like Cotton, and then they kill him off, and I'm like, okay.
I just don't feel like that was a big enough character to be killed to make a massive impact. And he wasn't the closest with Sydney, so Ghostface targeting him to find out where Sydney was just didn't feel
exactly
great because they're not
he had
that
crazy
close.
potential. Yeah,
He did. I don't dislike 6, but I just think it's the worst Scream movie. I don't think it's necessarily terrible film, but it's not. I just rank it as my lowest for my Scream ranking. But that's the great thing about the franchise is everybody ranks everything so differently that it just shows there's not a bad movie in the series.
I mean, if you going based off of like people like Dead Meat, I 100% agree. There is not a single bad Scream movie. At least every single Scream movie, in my opinion, is like a 7 out of 10 or better. Most of them are really good. And I think out of every single movie franchise I've ever watched, Scream is the most consistent as of ratings. It is the most consistent. Compare it to Star Wars. Yeah, the first 6 movies are good, but then you have like a terrible trilogy. I do think the new trilogy was not that good. Phantom Menace was not that great either, but all the other films are great. So completely Star Wars was not consistent, but Scream has been consistent. Halloween, yeah, by the third film, it was not consistent
Terrible.
at all.
I'd
And
say
then
another really good consistent franchise is Evil Dead. There is not a
Evil
bad
Dead
Evil
is
Dead
so
movie.
consistent.
They vary in genres, but they're all so damn good.
I didn't enjoy the
even
most
the
recent,
series.
but yeah, the
Yeah.
series is great.
Ash versus Evil Dead, great. The first Evil Dead, I think it's okay. So I think Evil Dead 2 did what Evil Dead 1 did wrong with. I think Evil Dead 2 made that 100 times better, but I still think the first one is good. Evil Dead 2, awesome. Army of Darkness, perfect. The remake was good. I did really like that one. And Rise, that was awesome. I thought that one was so unique, and it was kind of like a Resident Evil film, kind of in my opinion. It was kind of like Evil Dead, but if it was kind of like Resident Evil in a way. So
I get
I
that.
think I think that's why I liked Rise a lot, is because I'm a big Resident Evil fan and a big Evil Dead fan, just in my opinion. So that was, I thought that was great. Very consistent. A Nightmare on Elm Street.
A terrible franchise when you look at it, in my opinion. Love the original, but after that, it's just I don't know. It feels
consistently
too
bad.
messy.
Yeah. I think the first film is excellent. I don't think
Yes.
it's my favorite of the franchise though. Freddy's Revenge I did not like. Dream Warriors is my favorite.
It's
Oh my
good.
god, I love Dream Warriors. Dream Master was good. Whatever the fifth one was,
Dream Child.
no, that one was not that great. Freddy's Dead, complete garbage. New Nightmare. I did really like that one as well. I think that one's like my third favorite. And whatever the reboot was, we don't talk about
No.
stuff like that on the channel, but go to hell, the remake. That's
It's terrible.
complete terrible. I have no idea who would design Freddy like that. How could you do him like that, man? I
It's
mean,
just wrong.
Quentin though. I mean, Quentin's pretty cool. But the other the film is complete trash. I'm just a big fan of the actor, so
Would
I
you
mean, Houston Smile. Yeah.
would you guys
go
like
on.
to see a remake of Scream at any point? Because it's something I'm really against, but I love hearing other
No.
people's opinions.
No, I wouldn't.
Never.
No. I feel like comparing it to other films, I don't think it's possible. With how the franchise is built up, I don't think it's possible. If you compare it to like the Friday the 13th or Halloween franchise or a Nightmare on Elm Street franchise, those storylines are so driven apart. I mean, the Halloween franchise, what is the storyline in that franchise? There's so many different timelines. Compared to the Scream timeline, there's only one timeline. I'm not including the MTV series, but which I didn't really like that much. Comparing it to the Halloween franchise, there's like 5 different like timelines. There's the canon timeline, which is the Gordon Green trilogy and the original. And then there's the sister timeline, which is Halloween, Halloween 2, H2O, and Resurrection. There is the Curse of Thorn, which is Halloween 1 and 2, and then 4, 5, 6. And then there's the anthology timeline, which is Halloween 3. And then there's the Rob Zombie timeline, which is Rob Zombies 1 and 2. So there's a lot to keep track of. And
It's
like
mad.
yeah, and then after Halloween 6, they completely abandoned that timeline, thankfully, but then they kind of just like don't acknowledge it at all, so it's kind of just like okay. Friday the 13th, I mean it's kind of consistent storyline wise. it stays on put, but then you have Jason in space. Okay. I think it's a good movie, but I don't know why you would have Jason in space.
Doesn't quite add up.
It doesn't, but I it's a funny movie. It's bad. Like, I think Jason X is the kind of film where it's so bad it's good, which is why I actually like the film, because it's fun. And Uber Jason, my God, that dude is an absolute monstrosity. I mean, Kane Hodder is crazy as Jason. The actor that played Freddy in the remake did good. The script is terrible though. I don't know. I think he did okay, but the script is 100% just straight garbage. I think the remake for Friday the 13th is actually the best remake out of all the remakes we've ever had. And that doesn't really say a lot, since I didn't really like the remake that much.
It's one of the best films in the franchise, to be fair. Like,
Yeah,
100%.
the franchise as a whole is kind of garbage.
pretty much. Like, Jason is awesome. Part 7 is awesome in my opinion. Part 6 is awesome. 2 and 4 is awesome. 3 is good, but then there's like a whole bunch of terrible films. I think most of the films in that franchise, and that's pretty much the other 6, they're either okay or bad.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much, in my opinion, the original is not that good. I don't
Original's
know.
terrible. It's the
The
worst
original
one
is
in the
just-
franchise.
It's just boring. Nothing happens
Exactly.
in the movie, and then the whole reveal at the end is just character we've never met before who randomly just appears.
Exactly, and then she gets killed off, but then at least that one sets up the entire franchise, which is good, but I don't really like the original that much. Although, just looking back at it, it has the best score, it has like the best vibe, but the story isn't that good. And in my opinion, it's a little over cheesy. Like some films, there's some cheese in it. It's still good. Like Part 2, Final Chapter, Part 3. But Part 1, the original, is way too cheesy for me.
Yeah,
It
agreed.
Yeah. Robert Englund said he thinks the actor that played Freddy in the remake did good. It was just a terrible script. I don't know. I feel like it's not even just that. I feel like the makeup is really what ruins his performance. Because
Yeah.
it's not Freddy, man. That's not Freddy.
I think the way that they wrote him, I mean, obviously it was very heavily implied in the first one what he actually was. Wes Craven did originally intend him to be that kind of child abuser. Sorry for bringing up that, but he did intend for Freddy to have that background to him. However, he had to change it due to certain things that were going on in that time. But the way that they portray it in the remake is it's so off-putting.
I know,
It's
it's not
disturbing.
even Freddy. It's Sharp Hand Joe. It's not Freddy. If you guys know Sharp Hand Joe, you know Sharp Hand Joe. He's a legend. But yeah. I don't know, the remake just wasn't really my type of thing.
No, it was too overly, I won't say the word, too adult themed for Freddy's character, if that makes sense. Like, it was just too gross.
And I mean, he wasn't even like that funny in the film either. No. Like, look at Freddy. Freddy, yeah, he's like this, he's a kind of a pedophile, but he is funny. He's a comedian. That's why I love Freddy. He's a comedian. That's why we all love him. And Sippin' Ice, welcome on. Hope you're doing good.
What's up?
Yeah, he's a comedian, and they completely ruined that in the remake. So that really ruined everything. With me in the remake.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, he was terrible. I can't with him.
That's why Scream should never be remade, because you know that whatever they would do, it would just not match up to the original at all. And It's my opinion. But you did mention that you like New Nightmare. There's a lot of people
Yeah.
who kind of want to see that in a Scream movie. Not something I'm into personally, but would either of you
Ah,
guys like that?
I don't know. I feel like comparing the Scream franchise to like every other horror franchise, there's something about the franchise where everything they do has to be a sequel. I feel like with the Scream franchise, you can't do anything but a sequel or a requel, maybe even a prequel, who knows. But nothing where it kind of like reinvents what Scream was, like New Nightmare, or remaking it, like the remake for A Nightmare on Elm Street, which, no, absolutely not. Do not do that to Ghostface. I don't want to see a new mask. I don't want to see the Lakewood Slasher as a movie. So that, no, I'm completely out of that. I found this phone on the ground. Who are y'all?
You don't want to know.
Yeah,
I'm Joe.
I'm just
That's Jake, and this is Tim.
Betty. Oh, Tim. Yeah, Tim.
Betty.
Yeah,
Tim.
Tim.
Yeah, my name's Tim Cheese. Hello. I don't like the Nightmare remake either, but I don't think it's the actor's fault. The script and makeup was terrible. Just my opinion, though.
Yeah, true.
I agree with that. And as I said, it's not even because of the guy's performance. It's just the makeup that ruins his performance. Yeah, it's not even because of how he plays Freddy. It's just what the makeup effect artists did to him. They completely ruined him.
Guys, I'm really sorry.
The man.
I just realized I was using the wrong mic. It was the one from my MacBook, so I've just changed it. So if I've sounded a bit distant or weird, I'm so sorry.
Oh, no, that's completely fine. Don't worry about that. But I mean, I've done that before. That's why my mic keeps cutting out, because the cord sucks, but it's a really good microphone. But
It
other
is
than
good. I
that,
can hear
yeah.
that.
Shane with the eyes, yes. Hope you're having a great day, Shane. Hope work is treating you nicely, even though it's Sunday, so I better hope you don't have work today. But yeah. I don't know. I think we're kind of done talking about the stupid Nightmare franchise, specifically the remake. But going back to what you said about a Scream remake, no, thank you.
Yeah.
Personally, I feel like if they actually did a Scream remake, they would completely change everything that Ghostface was. They would change why Ghostface is Ghostface in the first place. They did that with Michael. They did what with Jason. No, they did that with Jason. I mean, Jason is a mortal man in the remake, and he has tunnels that he can go through, which is still cool. So, I mean, it's cool, but I just don't really like it that much. I mean, with Halloween, they made Michael Myers have visions of his dead mother.
It just takes it away, doesn't it? It's I think remakes are really it's desperation from Hollywood to try and keep something going. And I think if you can consistently write a good story, like Scream has really consistently had, then there's no need for that sort of redo of a franchise. But like you said, it would take away from what Ghostface is. Times have changed, so things just wouldn't work, and they'd have to change them to keep up with the times, and I think it would be lost.
I mean, think about it. The only reason all of us are here right now is because of Scream. And even if you don't like Scream, you can't say, "Oh yeah, I'm here because of Halloween." The reason I love films or something is because of Halloween. No, the only reason we're here is because of this movie. If Scream never existed, horror would be dying by now. In my opinion, I think horror would be dying because Scream completely reinvented the genre and it brought everything back. That's why we got remakes like Friday the 13th, Texas Chainsaw. Actually, no, Texas Chainsaw is probably my favorite remake. But
Texas Chainsaw remake, so good.
Yeah, like the only reason all of these franchises came back is because of Scream. Scream changed everything of what horror was. So, and I mean, going to what you said about Hollywood trying to bring something back, Clearly, they did with A Nightmare on Elm Street. It's been wow, it's been 16 years since
Yeah.
we've gotten any sort of collaboration or whatever besides Dead by Daylight. So that's actually kind of crazy to think about. And yeah, that's why I was an hour late, lol. Oh no, don't worry about that. I don't think Scream needs a remake either. Yeah, I 100% agree with that. Um, a Scream prequel miniseries focusing on Maureen would be cool. Oh, so it's kind of like similar to what they're trying to do with Halloween and Friday the 13th. You know, I would actually like to see that. That sounds interesting. The opening for the original Scream is arguably the best in horror history, in my opinion. That I do argue for that one, but I don't know. Personally, I think Scream 2 has the best opening. It feels, I don't know. The reason why I think Scream 2 has the best opening is because it is Scream. Like, Ghostface is a fan of scary movies. So him being in a movie theater setting and killing people in it is exactly what we need from a killer like Ghostface. Which is why I think movie theater settings for Ghostface are the best type of settings for the character. Because it just makes sense. Just like saying, oh yeah, the reason why I love Jason Voorhees is because of Camp Crystal Lake and stuff like that. For me, like, Michael Myers would be the Myers house, Jason Voorhees would be Camp Crystal Lake, Freddy Krueger would be the Elm Street house, and Scream would be a movie theater. So stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean,
But
I I personally think the first one's the best, but the second one's an extremely close, like very close second.
yeah.
And I really like how Wes Craven and Kevin Williamson put the original audience of Scream 2 in the exact same environment that the opening of Scream 2 was, with seeing it in the theatre, watching that happening in the theatre, and it's like, it's so close to home at that point.
And it's like, oh crap, I'm in a theater right now.
Yeah.
Like, is there a killer with me? I don't even know. Like, Scream 2 pretty much changed movie theaters. I mean, who knows? You could be watching a movie with a serial killer waiting to happen. So, Scream 2 is kind of like PTSD. Yeah, Scream 5 almost surpasses. Wow, really? I do actually agree with that one though for part of it, but I don't think it almost surpasses it. I think in order, I'd say Scream 3 and I'm also going to include Scream 7s from what we know of. Last place is Scream 3. No, Scream 4 actually, because I think Scream 4's is just, it's a good concept, but it's not executed good at all. Scream 3's, at least there's some significance with it, and the significance is not really that good. Fourth place I would have to say is Scream 5 because it's so generic. I think seventh place would be Scream. Yeah. So fourth place would be Scream 5, or no, fifth place would be Scream 5, and then fourth place would be either Scream 6 or I'm not going to say it because then someone's going to say the meme in my chat. The newest Scream film in fourth place or third place. Fourth or third, it depends, and then Scream 2 in second. And then Scream 1 in first, or twist that around, Scream 2 in second, Scream 1 in first. It's both, they kind of like go back and forth, but I think Scream 7's opening sequence has so much potential. It could honestly be like the best one in the franchise, who knows. I think it has a lot of potential, but at the same time, I think they're going a little bit too crazy, which comes to my one big complaint of the new movie is that they're going a little bit too crazy. Like, at least with Scream 6, it was still realistic, right? With
Mm.
Scream 7, it's like, how do you pull, like, straight up break off a lamp and it starts like going up and it explodes and then you smack Ghostface with it and then you start hanging off of a chandelier and then you fall onto Ghostface's knife and then Ghostface burns down the Mocker house. It's a little bit too crazy for me.
I'm hoping it's
It
not
feels
the opening.
really.
I have a feeling it is, but I'm hoping it isn't, because for me it doesn't, like you're saying, like it doesn't have that there's a sort of feeling that's missing from it. It doesn't quite feel right. It hasn't got that big star name. I don't know who any of these two actors are.
Exactly.
So that is an instant for me, because you like to have that name behind the opening kill. It's nobody who's even, I mean, I know Cotton wasn't the biggest like name, but at least he'd already been in the franchise. We knew who he was. So that's already the first thing that's off-putting to me. The second thing is that we see in the trailer, she's doing the whole knife thing that Drew did and then Jenna did in Scream 5 when
So
she's
it's like
talking.
repeating.
And I'm
Yeah.
just like, come on, like, if this is the opening, then I'm going to be, I mean, I could change my mind. It might be a very good opening, but as it stands, it's just a bit like, you could have done better.
It's just repetitive. Yeah. With the knife thing with her, like, oh wow, so the super sexy voice. It's very repetitive. We've seen it so much. And like, as you said, with every single Scream film, there's some sort of like big name in there or some sort of significance in it. I wonder if Ice Sippin is going to make an appearance. Oh boy. Oh boy, speaking of Ice Sippin, we got Ice Sippin in the chat here. I don't think that is Sippin
Wonderful
Ice
guy.
at all.
I
Yeah.
hear he's a really good guy. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Shay, what do you think of the opening so far?
so I think it's interesting. I agree with Horror. There's something missing from it. It doesn't really feel like the opening.
Exactly.
It looks cool as hell. I'll be real. It looks dope, but it doesn't feel like an opening.
For me, I think that's just me and the entire film in general. I don't know why. Like, when I first reacted to the trailer, yeah, I'm super, like, a little bit overexcited for it, but there's something missing with it. Like, there's really something missing with this film, and it's really bothering me. Like, whenever I look at this film, I'm like, yeah, I get it. He's trying to make this similar to the original, but I don't know. There's something in here that I can't think of, and it's like, it doesn't feel like a Scream movie because it feels like they're doing a little bit too much. At least with Scream 6, when it came out, I could still kind of tell there was a Scream-ish vibe to it. And I think that's just because Sam and Tara were still in it. But with Scream 6, or no, Scream 7, Sydney comes back after 2 films, and I think that's just kind of what's hitting my head a bit, is because we haven't seen Sydney for 2 whole films. So I think that's just kind of like the one thing that's annoying me. Ice Sippin', your copycat is annoying us. Who, Sippin' Ice? Yeah, super
Sippin'
annoying, I
Ice.
know.
Just get your own identity, Sippin'.
Exactly. I'm thinking that bar scene in Scream 7 will be a part of the new Stab film. Wait, the BN.
scene.
I completely read that wrong. The BNB scene is.
I don't think that just
Oh.
because they've got the Stab posters all over the.
Yeah, I don't think so,
bedroom.
but wow, that's actually a
Cool, though.
good theory.
You gotta
That
think at
would
the
be
same
cool.
time, like Stab, what's it? Stab is inside of Stab 6. Stab is inside of all the Stab
True.
movies over and over. To be
Oh,
fair,
that is
True,
true.
very
That is
true.
true. That is true because this Stab 6 opening scene is Stab 7, or no, the Stab
Yeah.
7 opening scene is Stab 6. So
What I do find what I do find funny about it though, so if let's say that that is true, which it very well could be, in some of the promo stuff, you can see Nev Campbell sitting in front of what looks to be the remodel of the Mocha House. So why would she be sitting in front of it if she's got nothing to do with that scene or that
Exactly.
house? So there is this quite possible that that is the case, that it's in a stab movie, or that scene could be later on, and we actually do see even Sydney. I had a theory that what we see with the kills in the house and then the burning down of the house was two completely separate scenes, and I'd like for that to be the case, because I think that would, if we see Scream 7 end at the Mocha House with Ghostface just casually walking away with it burning down behind them, with Sydney's been there because something has led her to be there, it could be very interesting.
It could be, but I'd find it like crazy repetitive by now. But like having it end there, but in the way of it being burnt down would be very, very unique, and it would be very cool. Brand new ideas being formed into like one single film. So I think that would be really cool, actually. Yeah. Eli Cortez with Shay's channel. Hey, we got more links, and M's channel again. There's more links if you guys need that. I think Ghostface burning it all down will be Stu's house, since it doesn't look like Sydney's house, at least from what we've seen in the trailer. Oh no, it's definitely Stu's house, but
I don't get is why they're saying, you kind of, it makes it out like in the trailer that they're he's saying to Sydney, I'm going to burn it all down, but it could be that he's saying that to the female character in the opening scene, and then he actually does burn the house down. But yeah, there's some throw offs in the trailer for sure. But yeah, it's definitely the Mocha House we see burning.
Yeah, so there's so much like theories that could point it towards it being the opening sequence. I mean, look, even throughout Scream 6's opening sequence, we had no idea what was going to be the opening sequence or the opening sequence kill. They never showed any footage of that at all through the entire trailer. Unlike for Scream 5 and Scream 7, what we suspect to be the opening was Tara's attacking and the Mocker House scene. Yeah, sipping ice, be stealing my content, copying my voice, taking my whole brand. Really unfortunate. You should probably take him to court, sue him.
Definitely.
I think Ghostface burning the Mocker House down in Scream 7 means if Stu is actually alive, this could be the end of Stu and Sydney's story, or it's because he's revealed dead. What I was thinking is that Ghostface burning the Mocker House down is kind of his way of saying he doesn't want to mess around. He's not messing around this time. Like, he's serious about this. And maybe it's because, like, maybe he's mad that people are living in his house, and he's like, wow. So they turned my entire house into an Airbnb without my permission or my family's permission? Yeah, I'm mad. So then he decides to burn it all down. Who knows? That could literally be the motive for the opening scene. Who knows? But it's like so disconnected from the movie, so it's like, what?
There's got to be a meaning behind it. It's not just random, is it? It's going to
exactly. Like throughout the entire trailer, it's just like, oh yeah, it's just an opening kill. It happens, whatever, blah blah blah. Ghostface burns down the Mocker House. Man, it's all over the poster. There has to be a significance behind it. It can't just be Ghostface burning down the Mocker House just cuz. There has to be a significance, because it doesn't make any sense for the burning house to be on the poster. It doesn't make any sense. So it's either that's just going to be the big selling point for the film and it's a cash grab, or maybe there is actually some significance behind it.
We'll know on Thursday.
Yeah. I also hope there's not a cliffhanger ending. I don't like it when movies do that. For example, Halloween Kills and The Strangers Chapter 1. I also don't want to wait another year for Scream 8 lol. No, I'm perfectly fine with cliffhangers. It just depends on how it's portrayed. Like, I think Across the Spider-Verse has a really good cliffhanger because it really sets off the tone for the big finale of Beyond the Spider-Verse. So I think that's like a really good cliffhanger. But in your opinion, Cheyenne, what is your favorite cliffhanger ending in a movie?
Well, I mean, I don't know if you guys have seen Good Luck Have Fun Don't Die, but that technically is a
Oh,
cliffhanger.
oh, the new one that came out.
Hmm.
I've heard of it, but I have not seen it yet. Wait,
I really recommend it. It's great.
I've heard about the film though. I'm gonna have to see it, but I just haven't seen many films. I wanted to see Iron Lung because I'm a big fan of Markiplier, but I only
mean-
have so much money for Scream, and I spent most of my gift card that my aunt got me on the Stranger Things finale and Return to Silent Hill, and now Scream 7. In which, for anyone wondering, no, I don't think Return to Silent Hill is that bad. I think it's manageable,
Yeah.
but I don't think it's
I
that
mean-
great.
When it comes to like Iron Lung, it could have been way better if it was like 90 minutes and not like 2 hours long.
Yeah, that's the thing when it comes to movies, or like, I don't want it to be too long because then I'm gonna watch it, or else I'm gonna get bored or something like that. But from what I've heard, Iron Lung is a really good movie, and I've seen walkthroughs of like the game and stuff, so I'm hoping if I do watch it, it's gonna be good, and I hope it's not just a snooze fest. Because keep in mind, the entire film is taking place on this like walkway submarine. It's like you walk back and you walk again. You walk back and forth. There's nowhere else you can walk. You can't walk to the side or anything. It's so claustrophobic. So it's actually making a movie out of that. I actually find it really impressive. But yeah. I mean, Matthew Lillard did play a Ghostface with a flamethrower in Scream 5. Wait, was that actually Matthew Lillard under that mask? I did not know that.
It was his voice. It wasn't him physically.
Oh, okay. Because I was about it. Oh, where he says, that shit is lit. Yeah. And then, I believe, Matthew Lillard's voice was also at Amber's party. One voice specifically says, "Yo, Amber, nice house," or something like that. His voice was seen there. And then same with Jamie Kennedy. Saying like, yeah, this daddy or whatever is like kicking us out. I forgot the line, but something like that. I honestly hope it's not Stu as Ghostface in Scream 7, unless if they can make him being alive seem believable. I agree with that. But who knows what can happen. But if they actually do have, so this is probably going to be the final thing, because I think we are getting to the point where we're all going to have to head off soon, especially since you guys are in the UK. What time is it for you, Shay and M?
It's 20 to 10.
20 to 10, jeez.
Not
What about you, Shay? Just
too-
20
I'm
to 10
on the
as
same
well?
time. Yeah, it's not too late.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, it's getting a little bit late. So the last thing is this is for both of you guys. If Stu Macher were to come back, and if he actually does come back in Scream 7, how would you want him to come back?
Shay, you can take that one first.
All right. So for me, if they're gonna have him come back, it go into the cliffhanger ending bit. If they're gonna have him come back, I need him to come back right at the end and just slit one of the new guys' faces' throats, and then the film ends there with him coming back.
Oh, that would be cool, though. I do like that.
So are we talking if he comes back alive?
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
if he actually does come back alive, how would you personally want to see it?
I would personally prefer to see it with him in the sort of psychiatric hospital or a similar environment, not being the killer, but being very aware of what is going on and sort of thriving in it, which then
Like
can play
Hannibal
with
Lecter.
Sydney's, which then can play with, but without him aiding Sydney so much, but more with playing with her mind a bit more and get her even more vulnerable. That's how I'd prefer to see him, because it just that's what would make more sense to me if he is still alive. That environment, he wouldn't be running free, he'd be somewhere like that. So if he could play with Sydney's mind to make her more vulnerable, that is something I would prefer to see.
Yeah, I agree with that, actually. For me, though, it's very similar to yours, Shay, but for me, I think I would like to see him be revealed in the finale, but have it similar to Scream 4 and kind of similar to Scream 3, where, yeah, it's going to be like Stu survives and he actually gets out of there and it's a cliffhanger like that. But I also want to see it similar to Scream 3, where it's kind of like a face-off between Sydney and Stu, where they have that final battle or whatever, and they do have a fight, but Stu manages to make it out alive, and same with Sydney. And then they continue it in Scream 8, and Scream 8 would just like, that's the end of the franchise, Scream 8. But I feel like with Scream, you can't really end it.
I mean, what if like that? This is going to be fun. Line is Stu right at the end of the movie when he's leaving.
Exactly.
Talking about the chase.
It could seriously be that. There's so many different possibilities, so many different ways you can bring him back. But for me, I think that's how I would want to see it. But both of your guys' like theories or whatever, or predictions of what could happen if he comes back, I actually do really like both of those. But I don't know. I think Scream 8 should be the last one, but it can't be the last one because Ghostface is always someone different. Like it could always Scream could go on. I think Scream is the one franchise where it could go on for thousands of years. Like actually it could, because it's not just one single person. It's multiple different people every single time. So the Scream franchise could be passed upon generations, where they're like Stab fans and they're like, wow, I really like these old movies. So then they kill people like Amber and Richie because they love the film. It could go on forever. So, but I do think they should actually end the franchise by Scream 8.
I agree.
And
Heavily.
that is going to be the end of episode 16 by now, I think. Yeah, this is the 16th episode. I did have to cancel the Stranger Things, Return to Silent Hill, and Strangers Chapter 3. No, I was never going to do one. Whatever it was, I did have to cancel 3 of them. But this was fun, and even if some of us didn't even get to talk that much, I'm really sorry, Shay, that you didn't get to talk too much. But yeah, but I thought it was fun. And Bubba is saying, have a good rest of your day or night, everyone. You too. And it was fun having everyone on here. And everyone, remember, Scream 7 will be in theaters on February 26th, depending if you're going to see it on opening night. And if not, Scream 7 will be... wait, did I say Scream 6 earlier? Because I swore I did. But anyway, Scream 7 will be in theaters on February 27th, 2026. Make sure you guys grab your tickets. I'm not promoting anything, but I think we should really all go and see this film. I think it has some crazy potential. And thank you, Em and Shay, for joining on for this one. It was a pleasure having all of you guys on here. And we will see you all later. Peace.